Hey, it's Matt here. Just going to do a short video blog on media in the classroom. I met with some of the teachers here at American Lee Academy and spoke with them about how they integrate technology into the classroom. So let's see what they have to say.
Tell me your name and what do you teach at American Lee Academy?
Hi, I'm Mello, and I teach ESL and Writing Lab in Lee Academy,
What grades?
grade 10.
So what ways have you incorporated technology into your classroom?
Well, I would say in my classes, because I teach Writing Lab, so I would probably ask the students to do a lot of research. So they're gonna use their laptop, and also when I want to present something in class for demonstration, I would probably use a projector a
Okay.
lot.
There any other?
Oh, and also speakers,
Okay.
because I teach ESL classes and we have listening practice, so they're gonna listen to some audios.
Okay, very good. So what do you think some of the biggest benefits are to technology in use in your writing lab?
We have a lot of benefits, but mostly I would think research is really important because, for example, we studied how to write a research paper, and since we don't have a library here, so all they can do is just have to find a lot of credible sources on the internet. So I encourage them to do like proper research.
Now that we looked at some of the benefits, what are some of the dangers of technology in your writing lab? What can kids maybe do that would be not good in your class?
Well, I would say distraction is really terrible. Like if they use laptops in class, and if the teachers not that they don't manage the class well, then probably it will be a really big distraction for them from listening to teachers' instruction, and they will also WeChat and sending messages to each other, chatting around online. Yeah, so that's really a danger in class.
It's really interesting to hear Mello talk about the way she uses media in the classroom, especially with ESL and the use of Google. It's really important for the students to get English articles rather than just Chinese articles, and I think that's a really important thing. Also, the dangers, the kids in high school, if they're going to slack off, they're going to try as hard as they can to do the least work possible sometimes. So you got to really make sure that they're not abusing the time. Now let's get a different perspective from Zoltan. He is in our science department. Let's see how science integrates technology into the class.
Take two.
Zoltan Ellis, science teacher, Lee Academy.
All right, so in what ways have you used technology to solve real-world science problems?
We use the basic stuff like internet, videos, but specifically for science, there's programs, specifically called Vernier programs that we install onto the computer that can read certain things like CO2 and oxygen, and even do medical pulse and blood pressure and all that. So equipment that we could hook up to the computer is very useful. We don't have it at this school, but I've used it before.
So what do you think are some of the biggest benefits to technology in the classroom?
Obviously, instant access to information, being able to directly communicate with the kids, and the kids can directly communicate with each other, and the ease of use with stuff like smart boards can really help promote what you're trying to teach.
I feel it's really good to hear that science is utilizing technology in the classroom. The things that Zoltan uses it for, the online labs, different things like that, collecting data is extremely important, and especially being able to get live information at the touch of your fingertips, it's extremely important in this day and age. And finally, we're going to hear from Elliot Greer. He is in our English department, and he's going to tell us how he integrates technology into the classroom for English.
Can you say your name for me, please?
Yes, hello, my name's Elliot Greer. I teach English at Lee Academy.
All right, and so what ways have you incorporated technology into your English classroom?
I use technology quite a bit actually in my classes. For example, one of the things I stress a lot with the kids is using authentic materials. So that are things that are normally found that would be read every day by native speakers. So things such as newspaper articles, journals, any sorts of blogs, things like that I find really effective. Unfortunately, being in China, there's quite it's quite hard to find things like that, like magazines and things. So we do use the internet quite a bit for searching authentic materials. Another thing is e-books as well is very important in our class when we do literature and things like that for poems, because again it's quite difficult to ship things over to China, but it also allows kids to work collaboratively and find certain extracts quicker, because for many ebooks there are really good search options for them to find certain areas. So if I tell them that we need to find this area of the book, they can do that quite quickly and easily.
Right. So in what ways do you think technology can be used to help students be more collaborative in the classroom?
I think one of the really good ways is pair checking. So I use that quite a lot with regards to technology. Some of the things I've used in the past, we haven't really employed that yet at our school at the moment, but we're moving towards that, is to use a Moodle, a shared cloud system. So what will happen is when kids want to submit pieces of writing, they will put it up onto the cloud, and then what I'm trying to employ with the children is that they will then start to check each other's work, grade each other's work as well, and offer feedback to each other. So I'm a really big fan of peer-to-peer feedback, and I think that with the Moodle or other technology like that, like a cloud system, it works really, really well.
All right, so with the use of technology, we know there's a lot of ups and downs when it comes to students. What are some of the rules and regulations your school has they have implemented for the use of technology?
So the age group that we're teaching high school, this is quite a difficult time for them using technology, because they are quite apt at using technology. They're also very active in social media and things like that. So we try to clamp down on that in school. One of the things that we have employed is a sticker system. So basically, once the technology has been approved by the grade teacher, the assistant principal, and then the principal, they're allowed a sticker which they'll actually affix onto the piece of technology, and that will allow the teacher, that will let the teacher know that that has actually been checked and it's actually been being used properly. So that would stop things like gaming, computers, iPads, things like that. However, obviously it's not foolproof. Sometimes kids will find ways around that, but then what we will do is, if we find kids are using technology inappropriately in school, then we'll take that and confiscate it, and they get it back on the Friday after school for the first offence. Second offence, we take it for a month, and then third offence, we contact their parents, and it's gone for the whole semester. So that's basically the policy that we've employed now, and it seems to be pretty effective at the moment.
It's really good to hear the things Elliot has to say. It's very similar to what Mello had to say about ESL, where they're getting authentic information from the internet. In China, when you search on Baidu, you're not going to be able to get some of the articles you get on Bing or Google. So it's really good that they're utilizing that, so students get authentic articles and clips and media and things like that they hear native speakers, things like that. And another good thing that Elliot talked about was the policy we have at our school here, which is really important, because you got to make sure that technology is not abused. And here at Lee Academy, we take that very serious, and we have that policy in place, making sure kids aren't gaming all day, on WeChat all day, and things like that. So that's just a little bit of an overview of technology at our school. So I hope you enjoyed what the teachers had to say, and thanks for your time.